honorees to go into the Hall of Honor for 2025. I can't think of a group that's more deserving, and as you get to know them better, what they've done in their adult life and so forth, through their biography, I think you will agree with me greatly. I promise, because I've been told by Rita Irwin, my sister, and Stanley Smith, my classmate, keep it short, no long-winded. So I'm going to try my best to not go too long today. But thank you for being here. It's just great to see all of you. It's great to be a Falcon. And, you know, okay, here I go. The one thing I want to say about this is, you know, Fannindel became a district in 1960. And that was through the forethought of the leaders of the Ladonia Pine Gap. They were closing small schools, and they were afraid of us losing our schools, so Ladonia and Pine Gap reached out to one another, and we became Fannindel ISD. If they had not have done that 65 years later, we probably wouldn't be sitting here today. And I just want you to think, just for a moment, of these schools that I ran along that are no longer in existence. Roxton, Delmar, Deport, West Lamar, Blossom, Wyndham. The list could go on for a long time. But you know what? Fannindale's still here. We're still here today. By the grace of God, I say. Our first inductee into the 25 Hall of Honor, it's posthumously, I wish it were not, class of 1962, Mr. Doug Franklin. I will read his biography. You can get these on Facebook. Doug Franklin was a proud alum of Fannindel High School, the son of former Fannindel agricultural science teacher Willard Franklin and Aline Franklin, and brother of Janice Cannell Franklin. He achieved the distinction of being Fannindel's second ever salutatorian for the class of 1962. He furthered his education at East Texas State University, graduating in 1965 with his bachelor in chemistry and physics, and later obtained his Master of Engineering Technology. Doug married Peggy Sue Owens, a fellow Fannindel graduate from the class of 1963. Their family legacy at Fannindel continued with his sons, Scott and Sean, who graduated in '86 and 1990, respectively. Doug was blessed with 7 grandchildren: Tyler, Katie, Christopher, Brendan, Peyton, Lindsay, and Jace, 5 of whom are Fannindel ISD graduates. One granddaughter is currently a teacher at Fannindel ISD. His family understood Fannindel was not just the local school, it was the foundation for their success, a sentiment often echoed by his family. Professionally, Doug had a diverse and successful career. He worked his way from a stocker at the Union Produce to a high school science teacher at Ennis, then a chemist for LTV, ascending to Director of Quality Assurance for E-Systems, and retiring as the head of Raytheon's Central Region Quality Assurance, where he served their facilities in Waco, Wichita, Kansas, and Greenville, Texas. His family will gladly share his many stories about Air Force One and his astronaut acquaintances that included Neil Armstrong and Dick Scobie. His newspaper column about Ladonia ran in over 1,000 editions of the Ladonia News. He often would write these columns while attending Fannindel sporting and FFA events. Doug's political actions were notable as he organized and held the first Republican primary in Ladonia in 1980. A total of Doug's political actions were notable as he... Oh, I'm sorry, I messed up on that. 1980. A total of 7 individuals voted in the first Ladonia Republican primary. Reflecting back, Doug and his friend Linda Burnett, who was the Democratic precinct chairman, decided it was a good start. Doug strongly believed everyone should have the opportunity to vote for the party of his or her choice without having to leave the city they voted in for the general election. He spoke often to Congressman Ralph Hall and Jim Chapman. He also had sat with Bill Graham and Richards, James Baker, and the Treasury Secretary Francine Neff on flights to and from Washington, D.C. To Doug, these individuals were important and useful contacts, but not nearly as important as his community friends, who included Harvey Lynn Milton, Ray Godfrey, Ed Pickard, Louis Hilbert, Richard Jones, Bob Joyner, Ada Stencil, Billy Cruz, Alfred Conley, T.C. Wilhite, John Reed, Tommy and Freddie Hulsey, Tim Houston, John Arthur Smith, Gwen Beeler, Clyde Duncan, Richard Jones, Linda and Sue Burnett, Larry Colabrelli, Joe Caskey, Mr. J.W. Askew, John Shaw, Wayne Bullock, Tom Wisher, Woodrow Bradshaw, Ben and Lorena Fry, Peggy Durham, Charlie Shaw. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. And Benjamin Franklin. Everybody. Doug founded and co-founded the Northeast Texas Wastewater Laboratory and was the director and minority owner of Farmer and Merchant State Bank of Ladonia and Honey Grove. After retirement, he worked as an adjunct faculty for Texas A&M Commerce, sold real estate for Century 21, and worked with Upper Trinity Water District. Doug's commitment to education was profound. He joined the Fannindel School Board in the early 80s, serving many terms over 3 decades in various roles, including vice president and president. His leadership contributed to the school's significant achievements, such as the Falcons winning the state basketball tournament in 1989, becoming state semifinals in football in '88, and qualifying for the state tournament in golf 8 consecutive years from '84 to '91. Fannindel's UIL teams also excelled, winning state and regional competitions in multiple events. Doug played a pivotal role in building the current Fannindel High School gymnasium. In troubled times, he navigated complex bureaucratic challenges of Austin to secure the school's future in the early 90s. His dedication extended to the region, 8 school advisory boards, and several state education committees. Beyond education, Doug contributed to the development of the Ladonia Industrial Development Corporation and promoted local events like the Pope Salad Festival, the Ladonia Frontier Days, and most importantly, the Ladonia 500 Terrapin Race, which garnered national attention. He was instrumental in laying the groundwork for the future of Lake Ralph Hall. He was key in securing a water allotment from Ralph Hall for the city of Ladonia in the early years of the project. He also led efforts to bring Fossil Day and Fossil Park to the area. Doug Franklin was a man of many talents, balancing his professional success with his devotion to family and leadership at Ladonia's First United Methodist Church, where he and lifelong friend Sue Burnett led the church's rebuilding project. His generosity was evident in his support of numerous school and community programs and work with immigrants seeking legal status and college degrees. Doug's legacy is one of leadership, advocacy, and service. He believed in the transformative power of education and ensured that Fannindel ISD proved quality education for all from pre-K to adult learning. In his final days, he emphasized the importance and value of Fannindel ISD in the community's future, envisioning a school that offered continuous learning opportunities for everyone. Doug Franklin's legacy will endure in Fannindel ISD and the communities it serves for generations to come. So at this time, someone, I believe Scott, someone will come to receive Mr. Franklin's plaque. Doug Franklin, in appreciation for significant contributions to the students of Fannindel ISD and/or representing Fannindel ISD, presented by the Ex-Students Association, September 27, 2025. Congratulations.
Grant, would you like to see the crowd that is here today, and thank you all so much for giving him this award, and I hope to see you many years in the future. Thank you.
Doug was a historian. He pretty much knew all the history of Ladonia, Pecan Gap, Fannindel, everything. So sometimes people talk about me knowing stuff about the history, so I'm very honored just to have my name even remotely connected to his, because he was such a wonderful person and historian. Our second recipient inductee is also posthumously from the class of 75, Robert Wayne Milton. These are very handy, I think. Robert Wayne Milton was born on August 20th of 1957 in Ladonia, Texas. He passed away March 7, 2024, after a 7-month battle with cancer in his favorite place to be, Buck Tussle, Texas. He was the son of Harvey Lynn Milton and Patsy Ruth Yarborough Milton. He attended Fannindel ISD from start to finish and was a graduate of the class of 1975. His educational journey continued on by attending East Texas State University to pursue a bachelor's and master's degree in education. Robert Wayne then spent the next 37 years serving in public education, all in Fannin County, with 32 years being at Honey Grove ISD and the last 5 years at Fannindel ISD. His favorite things to do were officiate high school football games, drive a John Deere tractor, check cows, and spend time with his family. He enjoyed a simple life, and when you were around him, he helped you understand how amazing the simplicity of things were. He was a member of the Oak Ridge Church of Christ and served in many capacities through the years, including preaching lifelong lessons that everyone could relate to. He was always willing to contribute his part, serving as a director of the Fannin Electric Cooperative. He was a board member for the Vern Cooper Scholarship Committee and served on the Fannin County Sports Hall of Fame. He carried on a family tradition by serving on the Texas Beta Council from 2002 to 2022. He was also named the Junior State Sponsor of the Year in 2013. He was a member of the Commerce Football Officials Association for 50 years. There is now a scholarship given by the association in his memory to 3 students every year to keep his officiating legacy alive. Carrying on the things in life are his son. Carrying on the things he loved in life are his son, Justin Robert Milton, and wife Mallory, who are both seasoned in the education field and raise cattle, and his daughter, Jordan Humphreys, who works at Fannindel ISD, and husband Clay, who farms the land and raises cattle. Robert was also blessed with 5 grandchildren: Maylie, husband Jackson, Emery, Hadley May, Lance, and Lake, as well as 1 great-grandchild, Mabry Ruth. With men it is impossible, but not with God, for with God all things are possible. Mark 10:27. Robert Wayne Milton. Robert's son, Justin Milton, is coming to the stage. Justin, this says, Robert Wayne Milton, in appreciation for significant contributions to the students of Fannindel ISD, presented by the ex-students, September 27, 2025. Congratulations.
Thank y'all for being here today. My dad taught us a lot of life lessons. He loved living in Fannin County. He loved graduating from Fannindel. He loved coming back to work at Fannindel. And a lot of his blessings are because of this school district, and appreciate y'all being here and getting this award. Thanks.
Okay, so just to, hey Joe, back, well I see you popping in back there. So just to break it up for a moment, we're gonna do we do these every 5 years, so we're gonna do farthest travel. So if you came farther than Pecan Gap, then you're still eligible for this victory you're gonna get, which is nothing but a clap, so that's good. Seriously, if you came farther, if you came from out of state, either stand or raise your hand. You came from out of state. Okay, stand up, Paula.
Yeah.
Okay, now here we go. Here comes the contest.
Now, she's my niece, so she can have it, because she definitely came further than I did.
Hello, you don't know about this woman right here. Okay, now, did you come from Quinlan? Where you come from?
Arkansas, Searcy, Arkansas.
Arkansas, you didn't win. Sit down. Okay. Paula, how far?
20 hours, Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Jacksonville, North Carolina. Judy Bradshaw, Gately. Somebody Google, I don't know. Okay, the winners, Paula and Judy. I have to tell y'all this because Judy told me if I don't, she used to twirl fire. She did. She twirled fire. Judy did. Okay. Our third recipient for 25 is Ruth Ann Milton Jones. We're going to be here for a while. I'm teasing. It's big. It's big letters. Okay. Ruth Ann Milton Jones graduated from Fannindel High School in 1977. She was the valedictorian of her graduating class. She attended Fannindel all 12 grades. Some of her teachers included Miss Parsons, Miss Hembry, Miss Myers, Tommy Eves, Mrs. Reed, Miss Joyner, Miss Askew, Tony Ballard, Tommy Long, Don Wright, and many other good teachers. While in high school, she was a cheerleader and participated in UIL events. Ruth Ann attended Paris Junior College and graduated from East Texas State University in 1980. Ruth Ann began her teaching career at Wyndham, teaching business and math. She taught there for 5 years and then came back to her alma mater in 1985 to teach high school math. Ruth Ann was the drill team sponsor and cheerleader sponsor while here at Fannindel. One of the many highlights while at Fannindel High School was all of the wins for the basketball and football team. She remembers riding a charter bus with the cheerleaders and the drill team to Waco for the state semifinal football game in 1988. It poured rain that night. She also kept the books for the teams as they played for the state championship in Austin for 2 years. It was an exciting time when the boys won the state basketball tournament in Austin. It was a pleasure to teach many of the athletes in the classroom and then be able to watch them play sports. Ruth Ann also had several students compete in UIL number sense and UIL calculator. Several students advanced to the state competition in UIL under Ruth Ann's guidance. She worked for Superintendent Alfred Conley and Principal Larry Braley, who constantly led Fannindel with compassion and professionalism. After 8 years at Fannindel, Ruth Ann went to Honey Grove to teach high school mathematics and to work with her dad and her brother. She is still at Honey Grove and has started her 46th year of teaching. Ruth Ann has been instrumental in building a beta club at Honey Grove that is known throughout the state and nation for their successes. She has had 19 state beta officers and 3 national beta officers. Also, many students of hers have been awarded National Beta Club scholarships. Ruth Ann served as the Texas State Beta sponsor from 03 to 06. Part of those years were working alongside Mark Conley as a state sponsor also. Like her brother, she was named Texas State Sponsor of the Year in 2011. Ruth Ann, along with her niece and nephew, Justin and Jordan, has started a scholarship for Texas Betas in memory of their dad and brother who were involved with Beta Club during their educational careers. Ruth Ann received the National Beta On My Mind Award in 2018. These words were spoken as she received this award. She has always not only exemplified the Beta Club motto of let us lead by serving others, but also encourages her students to live it. Whether it was through painting houses for the needy, playing bingo at the local nursing home, working food drives at Thanksgiving, or implementing Project Santa for underprivileged children at Christmas. Her current and former students will say that they will not forget the lessons they learned, and that more than anything else, Mrs. Jones taught them the value of serving others. A great majority of those students have gone on to seek service projects after high school in college, university programs, in local churches, and in their communities. And many of these same students also have ended up finding fulfillment in careers in the path of service. In addition to her ongoing service and influence in education, Ruth Ann also continues to serve her own and surrounding communities in many ways. She has attended the Oak Ridge Church of Christ all of her life. She has taught Bible class for 50 years. She keeps up with lots of information and history for the Oak Ridge Church. She is also part of the Monday night ministry of Feeding the Children in Ladonia, and from time to time teaches their Bible lesson on Monday nights. Ruth Ann also serves on the board of directors for the Oak Ridge Cemetery Association and is the treasurer of the organization. She also serves on the board of directors for the McGraw's Chapel Water Supply Corporation and is the bookkeeper for the organization. Because of her outstanding service to the community, she was named Honey Grove Citizen of the Year in 2008. She was named Outstanding Educator of the Year by the Honey Grove Chamber of Commerce in 2022. Ruth Ann married Jerry Jones in 2005 and had 14 years of a happy marriage before his passing in 2019. It is an honor for Ruth Ann to be added to the Fannindel Hall of Fame today, alongside her brother, and to be recognized along with her dad, who was inducted 15 years ago. Fannindel ISD has been a blessing to the Milton family. And I would just like to say that before she comes to the microphone, the podium, that Ruth Ann has a wonderful heart. She sends cards. She got it from her mother, Patsy. She sends cards to everybody. My birthday, when my mom was so sick, when my mother passed, and all that. She's a wonderful person. So here we go. Ruth Ann Milton Jones. Ruth Ann Jones, representation as an alumni of Fannindel ISD. Presented, Fannindel Act students, September 27, 25. I'm so happy for you. Okay. Now we are going to recognize the earliest FHS graduate in attendance. So, is there anybody here that graduated in 1961? That's the first graduating class ever at Fannindel. So, 62, 3, 4. Okay, in 64. And they told me your name Grasshopper, right? What's the real name? Larry Green. No wonder they call you Grasshopper, right? Mr. Grasshopper. Yes. You graduated 64? Yes. Yes. Graduated 1964. Yes, sir. And so we're so proud that you came and joined us here today. Let's give it up for them. Yes, sir. I like that. He wanted everybody to know that Mr. Milton gave him his name, Grasshopper. And your last name Green, right? And you hop around? Was you on the track team or something? No? Long time? Don't remember why, but give it up one more time. Okay, now, I'm going to ask, I think what's fixing to happen, where is Roy Gaffney? Oh, yeah, I forgot. See, I forget. He's behind me. Right. You say?
Yeah, I mean, yes, sir.
Well, we're gonna change. See, it says on the program, it's Reverend Ray Goffin. But, Reverend Roy, he's trying to top it. So Reverend Roy want to go a little early. No, he has a funeral he got to go to at 2 o'clock. So I believe we are fixing to go forward, and we're going to honor Mr. Reverend Roy Gaffney. Roy Gaffney Sr. was born in Bonham, Texas, and was raised in the small town of Ladonia. He is a graduate of the Fannindel High School class of 1989. He enlisted in the United States Navy on June 4th, 1990, in Great Lakes, Illinois. He decided on the supply career field and took on the job of naval storekeeper. After completing boot camp, he attended the 6-week course of storekeeper apprenticeship school in Meridian, Mississippi. From there, he was given orders aboard the USS Lake Gulf CG-5, a guided missile cruiser homeported in Mayport, Florida. After a very brief period there, the ship departed Florida, never to return there again, to the Mediterranean Sea for a 6-month deployment. He traveled to Spain, Italy, Greece, France, Puerto Rico, Bahrain, United Arab, Jerusalem, and a few other small ports during his deployment. The ship changed home ports and returned to Norfolk, Virginia, where he would spend the next 3.5 years of his career. In 2000, he decided to try his hand at recruiting. Being someone who loves to talk, he had no problems adapting to his new career path. He was awarded Rookie Recruiter of the Year his first year in, and he quickly advanced to the rank of second-class petty officer. Just before he transferred out of recruiting, he was meritoriously advanced to the rank of first-class petty officer under the Navy's RCAP program. He then took a tour of duty aboard the USS Anzio GG-68, again out of Norfolk, Virginia, where he was blessed to tour and revisit some of the previous ports and add France, Germany, and Russia to the list. In 2007, he was put in charge of the Naval Recruiting Station in McKinney, Texas, where he led his station to back-to-back Medium Station of the Year awards. At the end of his tour, he was selected to the Career Recruiting Force Academy in Pensacola, Florida, and his rating changed to Navy Counselor First Class. In 2010, becoming a Chief Petty Officer was a dream that finally came true. Chief Gaffney was advanced in rank and pinned at Navy Recruiting District San Antonio and was put in charge of Navy Recruiting Station North Austin. And after 3 successful years there, he transferred to Navy Recruiting District San Diego, where he managed 2 stations in El Centro, California, and Yuma, Arizona. And there he finished out his naval career and retired in 2016. While stationed in California, he accepted his call to serve the Lord and was ordained a minister under the leadership of Apostle Michael Minnis. After retirement, he moved to Commerce, Texas, where he enrolled in Texas A&M University Commerce and earned his bachelor's degree with a GPA of 3.8. In 2019, he became the proud pastor of Fairview Baptist Church in Wyndham, Texas. Wyndham, Texas, where he faithfully serves to this day. He has 3 daughters, Brittany, Alicia, Imani, and 1 son, Roy Jr. I give you Roy Gaffney Sr. Roy Gaffney representation as an alumni of Fannindel ISD, presented by the Ex-Students Association, September 27, 25. Congratulations.
First, giving all honor and praises to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who is the head of my life. Amen. I just want to thank you guys so much for this opportunity. I can say this. I've been all the way around the world. Been a whole lot of places. But there's no place like home. I've been in some places where a lot of people dream of going. And I remember sitting there thinking, man, I wish I was back in Illinois. And everybody like, what's Illinois? I would be when I get there. But if they ain't never been here, they'll never understand. Illinois is something special. Amen. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for this opportunity. I want to take this moment out to thank Ricky. Ricky, man, I'm telling you. Well, there's no more black and gold than in Ricky Beard. I think he bleeds black and gold. I appreciate Ricky Beard. You may not get enough recognition, but I want you to know that I see you. And I thank you for all that you do. Thank you again for this opportunity. It's a blessing. It's truly an honor to be even considered for this position. I thank God for each and every one of you, and may God bless you and keep you is my prayer. God bless.
Thank you, Roy. Appreciate it. Okay, we did the earliest graduate of Fannindel. Now it's time to recognize our history. Do we have any rattler, panther, or leopard in the house? Pecan Gap Panther, Ladonia Rattler, and Clark Leopard. If you hear, stand up so we see you. Okay, I see Peggy Jean Durham, Pecan Gap Panther. Yes, Miss Burnett, Rattler in the kitchen. And Janet, if you had a hand, you're a leopard and a falcon, ain't you? Okay, a leopard and a falcon. Good to see you, Janet. Okay, Dewey Marsh wanted me to tell this joke. He's here with his three brothers. He said history is made today by these three Dewey brothers together, because today's the first day they have ever sat at the head of the class. Dewey is wonderful. He our neighbor down in Pecan Gap. They always talk about how wonderful Ladonia is. Pecan Gap is good too. All right, I feel I'm blessed. I have two homes. I ever tell people I'm from Ladonia and Pecan Gap. We have the best of both worlds. Okay. Oh. Right, so we did, okay, here we come. Now this is something wonderful, in my opinion. We've done 4, right? We have done 4. And so I'm going to turn it over to Scott Franklin, because we were discussing about how, I told you, how the school, the board members had the fortitude, the foresight to see that they needed to make a change. And so Scott, with Cindy, they made this. So let's give it up for Scott Franklin.
So, in the late 1950s, the state cases, the federal Department of Education
Gosh, Scott.
which was tied in
The mic?
with other agencies at the time, decided in their infinite wisdom that small schools probably were very inefficient and didn't do a good job calling our children educated. They were wrong. So the powers to be in the school board, I cannot even imagine what their discussions were the first time they said, we need to merge Pecan Gap and Ladonia, because we at times have trouble figuring out, who's going to be a football coach or a principal or a superintendent. And they're trying to merge 2 towns that had decent relationships, but at the same time were very different, and they both had their own school districts. So today we want to give recognition to the people, not necessarily who are just on the first school board, but the people that were on the Pecan Gap and the Ladonia school boards prior to combining. Pecan Gap School Board of 1959 included T.C. Wilhite, Orville Combs, V.G. Olson, Cordell Allison, Garth Yeager, Joe Middlebrooks, and Floyd Fields. The Ladonia School Board included President Sam Bryant, Cleve Owens, Granville Fields, Willie Mann, Doug Rainey, Woodrow Bradshaw, and Bill Wilson. And one of the things you need to understand is half of these people were voting themselves out of the job. And then I got to thinking that might not be such a bad deal. But the first school board, the members were, the president was C.M. Owens, the vice president was Ole Olson, and the secretary, I believe, was I may be wrong, sorry. But anyway, the first school board consisted of Bill Wilson, Ole Olson, T.C. Wilhite, Woodrow Bradshaw, Garth Yeager, and Doug Rainey and C.M. Owens. And of course, the first superintendent was Boyd Burnett. So we want to just recognize the fact that nowadays when everything is so political and we get wrapped up in what you can do for me, is these people did for us. They didn't stand up here and say, well, it wouldn't be that good for me for, I'd lose my job or whatever. Because not only did they have to sell this to themselves, they had to sell it to their whole community. Because 2 years earlier, Ladonia had tried to merge with Parkland Woods, which is out in the Wyndham, Oak Ridge area, and that vote had failed. So for Pecan Gap to be able to merge with Ladonia, they had to give each other something. So one thing they gave each other was every other year, one of the towns would have more power than the other. So for 65 years, we have switched between one cycle, election cycle, Pecan Gap will have 4 members, and the next election cycle, Ladonia will have 4 members. So one of us goes off every 3 years, and it's worked that way for 65 years, so unless somebody really came in and tried to change things, we're not going to mess with what's working. But anyway, I want to really thank all of you who have family that I've mentioned. If you could raise your hand or stand up, I'd like to see how many of you are related to some of these members. Well, I really appreciate you all coming today, and I know that at times we probably forgot about, or you felt like we forgot about some of you, but I promise you after you spend some time on the school boards, you realize what everybody does is the sacrifice, and you're dealing with a lot of people that are doing the best they can do, and sometimes they're not happy with what you've done for them or done to them. And a lot of things we've done, everything we do has an effect on someone. And we do our best, and these people did their best, and that's how we ended up at Fannindel High School. Thank you all for coming out again today. And these guys from 1958, 59 appreciate it also. Thank you.
Yes. We need to recognize Miss Tricia Stoltenberg, who's here. She's from Honey Grove. Well, actually, she's out. She lives out going towards Commerce, but she has a photography company. There's Redhead Photography, but now she has Redhead Photography too. Her son Riley Stoltenberg is a Fannindel coach. And not only does she go to all the Honey Grove games and activities, she's sort of adopted us over here now because, you know, Riley's here and she's at all of our games. She's here today taking pictures instead of it just being, you know, like a cell phone camera or something. She's wearing the red. She's so nice to come here, and she's in the back. You mind standing up, Miss Tricia? Thank you. Before Mr. Gadsden goes to the funeral, they would like to get a photograph of the group. So let's take the time to do that right quick.
All right. You done a great job putting your name on your belt, too.
Before our servers leave, you know, the Beta Club, as their motto about leading to serve and so forth, they're here in the back. These are the Fannindel Junior High, Elementary, High School, some of our, and Miss Sontag, their sponsor, and they're going to be leaving. So come on out and let them see you.
Go to the front.
They did their volunteer hours today. That's Rihanna and Georgia, Jose and Leo, Miguel, Danielle, and Miss Sontag. Thank you guys. We really appreciate you helping us out today. Our fifth Hall of Honor recipient, Mark Wayne Collins. Mark Wayne Conley graduated from Fannindel High School in 1978, 78 the great, as they always say, and continued his education at East Texas State University, where he earned a Bachelor of Science degree in 1981. In 1992, he completed a Master of Education degree from Prairie View A&M University. He began his career in education teaching at Cattle Mills ISD as a middle school coach and science teacher for 5 years, Burton ISD for 11 years as a coach and science teacher, and then Round Top Carmine ISD, serving for 16 years as high school principal and associate superintendent, retiring in 2014. His passion for the classroom drew him back to teaching from 2017 to 23, where he taught at Caldwell ISD on the junior high campus. At each of these school districts, he started a junior beta club, which continues to this day at each district. Dedicated to student leadership, he has been a member of the Texas Beta Club State Council since 2003 and has served as state chairman since 2007, which also led to his role on the National Beta Club Board of Directors. He also served as state sponsor in 2001 through 2003 and was selected State Sponsor of the Year and National Sponsor of the Year in 2012. In addition to education, he served his community in Burton, Texas as a city council member for several years and later as mayor. Mark also is a member of St. John's United Church of Christ, where he has served as Sunday school teacher and superintendent and now on the church council. Following his retirement from public education, he began a second career and now works full-time as a funeral director and embalmer in Brenham, Texas. He has been They like that embalming stuff. Okay. All right. Music director and embalmer in Brenner, Texas. He has been married to his wife, Linda, for 35 years together. But together they have 2 children, Lance and Brooke, who is married to Jacob Pumphrey. In his free time, he enjoys snow skiing in Colorado, a favorite pastime that brings him joy and adventure. Brooke and her husband, Jacob Pumphrey, have come back to God country. You know, they got married a few years ago, and they had to go, was it north or south? North Dakota up there, and they got froze to death. And so they got back to Texas, and he now has a job at Stephen F. Austin. So now they're back in the normal place down here. So congratulations, Brooke. And I think she's expecting, so that's wonderful. So happy to see you. And of course, Mark's mother is Fannindel forever, Joy Conley in the back, right there. Mark Conley, representation as an alumni of Fannindel ISD, presented by Fannindel Ex-Students Association, September 27, 25. And you can just imagine how my mom would be laughing and smiling right now as you're fixing to get this award. And so, congratulations. God bless.
It's indeed an honor to receive this award. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about some of the things back in high school, and I think about Robin Wayne and Bruce Ann and I, and all the things that we did together, and Beta Club being one of the main strong points in our lives. And her dad was our Beta Club sponsor when we were in high school. And it all started with Miss Joyner in 1972, because that's where we started the Junior Beta Club. And so from 72, I've been involved in Beta Club all my life up until now. And I give that credit to Mr. Milton, because he instilled those qualities of letting us lead by serving others right here at Fannindel. And so I truly feel like that I'm in a position at the National Beta Club because of what has happened at Fannindel. And that, for me, is truly an honor. And to share it with Ruth Ann and Robert Wayne, that's even icing on the cake. So it is truly an honor to be here to receive this, and I thank you, and always a Falcon. Always.
78 degrees!
Now there's another honor you have, and I don't think it's ever happened. I believe Mark Wayne Conley, the only male cheerleader Fannindel has ever had to this day. And he was good. I think it was it, I said, release yourself and let the Spirit flow. So the mighty, mighty Falcon really go, go, go. Yeah, he'll do. Oh, he did the whole thing. He was so good up there. He was let it go, go, go. Oh yeah. Good memories. Okay, we are down to our final 3. So poor Mr. Reverend Ray Godfrey, he got put back by Reverend Roy. And I know they will fight that out tonight, Sherry, over that. But anyway, I bring you Reverend Ray Godfrey. Ray Godfrey is a proud graduate of Fannindel High School, class of 1974. I want to add right there, 1974 still is the largest. You can go up there and count the composite. They are the largest class from Fannindel ISD, 1974. It's been downhill ever since. Immediately after graduation, he joined the Texas Army National Guard, where he served for 30 years achieving the rank of Command Sergeant Major. He is a graduate of the Army Sergeant Major Academy and served on the board of directors for the Texas National Guard Association. Ray also had a career with Frito-Lay Corporation that spanned 32 years, working in various positions within the company, and retired as plant manager of the Brook Hollow site in Dallas, Texas. After retirement, Ray attended Dallas Baptist Theological Institute, and upon completion, he was licensed and ordained as a minister. Ray is currently the pastor of Mount Pisgah Baptist Church of Commerce, Texas. He has been married to his high school sweetheart, Sherry Woodbury, for 47 years. He saw her in that drill team uniform, and that was it. They have 2 sons, Jason and Aaron, and 6 wonderful grandchildren. He probably come up here and tell about getting in trouble, hiding under Mama's desk in Mr. Benton's office. Ray Godfrey. Ray Godfrey, representation as an alumni of Fannindel ISD, presented by Fannindel Ex-Students Association, September 27, 2025. Congratulations.
Giving honor to God, I thank Him for all that He's done to me and all the things that He's done through me in my lifetime. I'm most grateful for my coming up, or my upbringing. I guess one of the greatest things was my time that I spent here at Fannindel High School. There were so many people who did not really know that they were instrumental in my life in helping me to make decisions about how I was the things that I was going to do in my life, how I would move forward in my life. I really didn't ask for a lot of it, but I got it anyway. Ruth Ann's daddy, Harvey Lynn Milton, he taught me a lot of things. And one thing that I knew about, that he was good at telling, he would always tell us, what was important. And then, if anything ever went wrong, while we were in school, there were 3 names that were called all the time. And the first name was Ray Godfrey, Randy Conlon, and Donnie Brother. I don't care whatever happened. But this was the greatest experience of my life. Ricky alluded to the fact about his mother. I always like to tell that story because it's so true. And the drill team uniform had a whole lot to do with it. It really did. But my wife Sherry, for 47 years, what I would do is I would slip to the library to see her. And that would be during Miss Parsons' class. And Miss Parsons was spending her class time looking for me. During that time, I would slip down to the library where Miss Conley was politely, when she found me after I'd hide out so that I could see Sherry during that time. Once she identified that I was in the library, I had to go. She, get out, Ray. So there was nowhere else for me to go, so I'd go to Gwen Video's office and I'd hide under Gwen's desk. So Miss Parsons wouldn't find me until the bell. So I had some really rewarding times here, and I'm so grateful and thankful to you, to this committee, for the nomination. I love LaDonia. I love Fannindel just as each and every one of us in here, I'm sure also they do. Also, I'm just grateful for all the things that God has done in my life. And I'm grateful for being able to go out and have a career and then come back and be able to share the things that God had blessed me with here within this community, with the same people that I grew up with. So again, thank you for coming. Thank you for the nomination, and God bless you all.
Our seventh recipient inductee, Miss Rhonda Cranford Moody. Rhonda Cranford Moody, daughter of Doyle and Paula Cranford, was born on January 10, 1964 in Corpus Christi, Texas. She graduated from Quinlan High School in 1982, and I want to add that she told me, because I asked, did you graduate Quinlan or Quinlan Ford, which is what it is today. And she said, we were the very last class to be the Quinlan Panthers without being Ford High School. After that, she went on to attend Harding Christian University, where she graduated in 1986 with a bachelor's in education. The same year, she started her very first teaching job in Terrell, Texas. She taught there for 10 years before stepping away from the classroom to stay home and raise her 4 children. She was blessed to be home with them until they were all school-aged. That was about 7 years. In 1998, she moved to Ladonia, and at that time, she brought 3 of her children with her, Vanessa, Paul, and Britt. And in January of 2000, her youngest, Paula, joined them. All 4 of her kids attended Fannindel ISD, and each one graduated from here. Vanessa in 2012, Paul in 2015, Britt in 2016, and Paula in 2018. Her children have also blessed her with 7 amazing grandchildren. 2 of them are attending Fannindel themselves. Bentley, a 3rd grader, and Kamora is in pre-K 4. She started teaching at Fannindel in 2003, and she's so thankful to still be here today. I truly love being a teacher, and it means the world to me to have spent these years working with students, families, and colleagues in this community. It is such an honor to be recognized like this, and I'm proud to be part of the Fannindel family. She teaches at Fannindel Elementary. I've been able to work with her now. This is 6 years. She's a wonderful person, wonderful educator, wonderful Christian lady, and I'm very grateful to be able to know her this well and to call her my friend, Rhonda Moody. Rhonda Moody, in appreciation for significant contributions to the students of Fannindel ISD, presented by the Ex-Students Association today, September 27, 2025.
Go down to the concession stand and stay up. Joy didn't come out with chicken and french fries. And I left it in that roast. These people come out and have the water. I didn't think it was last night.
She was the one checking off all the lunch that the kids were eating. And from the moment I met the Brayleys and then others in this area, I felt like I was home. It was family. I see kids that I've had in here, and I know some of you know my battle, what's going on in my life right now, and I'm grateful for the prayers, and I know who's in charge, and I feel certain that God's going to give instead of being in the classroom right now, I'm doing an intervention program, so that on the days when I'm doing treatment and not up to enough to come, I'm not, my kids aren't suffering, they're with other homeroom teachers, and I get to pull them in when I'm able to be here. And, I've not been here as long as Carla, because about half of her time, but, I feel like I'm a Fannindel Falcon. I know I graduated from Quinlan, but I've been here a long time, and I love the families here. I've had so much support from parents, and even my students have just been amazing. And so I'm just so grateful, from the community to the school, everything has just been a blessing. And I see Miss Janice sitting out there. I don't know how many cars she's helped me get since I lived here, but quite a few. And so the one I'm in now, it was before she retired. I don't think you completely retired. All right, enjoy it. But thank y'all. And those of you that go way further back, y'all started to maintain something that's amazing right here at Fannindel. And so I'm honored to be in this group of people that have been nominated. Thank you.
Our eighth and final honoree for this year, 2025. We won't have another one of these until 2030. Pray we're here. Just take it one day at a time, as they say. Our next recipient is Miss Carla Brady. Hello, my name is Carla Braley, and I grew up in a loving and Christian home on the plains of West Texas. Graduated in 1968 from Estacado High School in Lubbock. I've been married for 55 years to a wonderful and caring man, Larry Braley. We are blessed with 2 children, Amy and Brian, and the blessings continue with 2 beautiful grandchildren, Trip and Tinsley. We like to do things together as a family, enjoying camping and spending time on the lake. We love our pets too. We have lived in Pecan Gap for 52 years. I have had the opportunity to work for Fannindel ISD, going into my 50th year as secretary and school bus driver, making lifelong friends and watching small children grow into young adults, now with children and grandchildren of their own. God truly continues to bless me every day. Carla Braley, in appreciation for significant contributions to the students of Fannindel ISD, presented today, September 27, 2025. Carla is my neighbor. Her, Larry Joe, the kids, they live right across the street from us. Carla is like Miss Joy Conlon. She has such a tender heart, and she's nervous, and I told her, baby, don't chill out. It's good. And my memories of Carla are that, oh Lord, when her husband was the coach, and we went to all those track meets, getting up at the crack of dawn and going all over Texas. Well, we had a good track team. He was the high school football coach. Carla, of course, helped draw those signs. We used to put them in the auditorium and in the homemaking lab on the floor. This is before Velcro. You know, the cheerleaders now, they buy one sign that lasts 3 or 4 years. They Velcro it together. It ain't the same. You know, you have to have it painted and make that pop when it goes through there. But Carla is sweet and kind She gives everything to her family, and she was such a wonderful bus driver. It was like, how many years? Over 40 years, and last year was her 40th. So Larry Joe got his 50th Fannindel Award last year at the end of the year, and Carla will receive her 50th at the end of this year because Larry came. Larry came in 1975. Yeah, I know you don't believe I remember when I first, they played in North Lamar. It was a small school then. Ramona Tarplin then was in the drill team. And those gold drums were brand new. They had never opened. They brought them that night. My mother was in the band at 40, so they said, do you know how to tune them? Nobody here knew how to tune a drum. So my mother went down there and messed with it a little bit, but they were so beautiful and gold. And so I feel like I've known you since that ball game at North Lamar 100 years ago. Okay. Thank the committee members. Okay, here we go. The committee members are few, but they do a lot. So I want to tell you who they are, what they've done, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have the reunion that we have. And so I just want to say this. It's not about me. This is what I'm saying. This is not about me, even though it sounds like it. I'm just saying that I went with my mom to a 40 class reunion, but it wasn't a class. It was a school reunion. The Pointed Jackrabbits, they were black and gold, and they have a Hall of Honor. And I thought it was just wonderful. We had a barbecue lunch, and they honored all the different coaches and different members of the community and all that stuff. And I thought, why can't we have one of those at ours? So in the year 2000, we created the Ex-Students Association and inducted that very first group on this stage. I remember Marvin Page was the very first inducted because he named the school. And so here we are, 25 years later, and still going. And I think it's still a blessing. It's just wonderful because I stand over there and watch and listen to these people. And if we didn't do this, they wouldn't be recognized like this and have an honor like this. And that it's so special for them in their life, you know. So I'm very grateful for the people that helped me. Because I didn't do this by myself. So the committee members of 25, I wrote down who they are and what they did. Laura Lane, her job is to keep me in line because I lose everything, I lose the microphone, and she helps keep me going. She's organized, and I'm not. So, and she's the principal at the elementary, Miss Laura Lane. Miss Judy Bradshaw Gately. She graduated from here and lived in Honey Grove. She's Larry Joe's brother-in-law. She's all here. She is. She comes every 5 years, all the way from Virginia now. She lives in Virginia, and she gets on the airplane and comes down here to see if I've been doing what I'm supposed to do. And she's wonderful. She also is very good at organizing, and she purchases and puts a lot of her own income into it because she wants to, and it comes from her heart. And this year she bought the envelopes, the labels, the postage. She sent out the 100 letters, the table settings, and of course her and Sammy Kay, they always demand that we have the old gold. So we get it every time. She orders it on Amazon. And we went to Sam's Club the other day. We enjoyed ourselves, got the sides and the potato salad and all that. So she took me to Cheddar's. It was on my birthday, you know. And so we had a wonderful time. And she bought an easel at the Hobby Lobby to put our composite on. So she spends quite a bit of money. It's a good amount. I don't know. It's a nice amount of money. So really, Judy, thank you for everything that you do. We appreciate it. Scott Franklin, son of Doug Franklin, married to Cindy Franklin, they're the barbecue. They also, you know, they go to the seed house and see what we need to do and what's going on. And so they got the barbecue from Curtis Miller. They helped, they purchased the barbecue. You know, we'll see at the end here. We'll see what we've got in the pot and so forth to divvy it up. We had $1,100 when we started this reunion. That was from the reunion in 2021. And so everything that we purchase and buy and so forth comes out of that $1,100. And then, so like, you know, we'll discuss later if Scott is going to get any, if we're going to pay them a little back for that barbecue or if they not. Like we going on to Ricky Beeler, so like he did the composite. So I bought the composite at Hobby Lobby, and I don't want any money back for that. So there's that. Katie Morrow, I got her down as organization. She works at the high school. She pretty much helps. I call her, she young. I'm not young anymore, and I say, Katie, help. And she go to it. She was the DJ last night on the square. I went home and just, I said, I'm not going to no dance on the square and all that's over. So Dana Cuba Tanel made the best barbecue.
She did the shirt. She Cindy designed the shirt.
Yes, she did. Well, I helped on that. But I helped on that. But yeah, she right. Cindy designed the shirt. See, they give them credit for that. Cindy designed the shirts. They're wonderful. Oh, Katie Moore designed the shirt.
He's right on the house today.
We all decided at the beginning it was going to be a big white steak, and it looked really good, but it looked like a blob of white there in the middle. So we all just decided to make the outline. I think it turned out good. Also, we still have shirt on the table, so don't go home. I'm sure your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren need a pajama top or something. Don't go home. They sit right there. So Dana Cuba Tanel and her mother Sandra, they made, and Sandra, rest in peace, she lost her husband, and so let's give it up and pray for Sandra and Tanel family. And they still went ahead and made the barbecue beans. And I don't know about yours, but mine was delicious. Vicki Lewis works at the elementary cafeteria, and she made the cornbread. And I asked her how many of those packages. It said, get me 2 5-pound cornmeal, 2 dozen eggs, whole milk, cornstarch, powder starch, or whatever. She said, I said, you gonna make all that from scratch? Yeah, she just made it all from scratch. It's delicious. Rita Irwin and Weldon Irwin, they purchased the plaques. Pretty expensive. They good. They don't want any money back. Karen and Ed Picker, they also involved in the barbecue, helping with the Scott and Cindy. Of course, Ed also, well, they allowed Judy to stay. She was going to stay in Commerce at the hotel. They said, we got a little house here, the little guest house. And so she stayed down there. I don't know what they charged her. I can't imagine what they charged. But she said it was a little less than the Commerce Hotel. But Judy and I had fun because she just down the road. We go eat everywhere. She bought all my food. You know, she bought my food. We had the best time. Ed and Karen, he's wonderful. He brings the trailer for the Falcon Force to ride in the parade. He brought it back for the dance. He came and picked it up. You know, Ed's wonderful. He's what you call the salt of the earth people, you know. So, and Felicia Irwin, organizer. She came to all of our meetings, and Felicia has had a struggle. She's had difficulty with a foot, but God bless, she's better. She's walking around, and we're grateful. I'm glad she's my friend. She's been down my neighbor my whole life. Love you, Felicia. Thank you for everything. And
She's nervous, she's tough.
oh, she's tough. She's tough. I think that's all I can. Oh, yeah, Sue Burnett. There she is, right there. The queen of Ladonia, right there. She's always, Sue's amazing. She makes beans, she cooks. She, for the FFA, you know, her son is Philip, and they do that wonderful, the livestock. I guess y'all keep up with all that livestock showing and all. I don't understand it. They take cows out there and they bathe them and wash them and blow dry them and stretch their bellies and stuff, you know? And they really love all that. I don't understand it, but I'm proud of them. They do such a wonderful job with that. You know, I was in the drum corps. I didn't do that cow thing. So anyway, Philip and his buddies, they are amazing with what they do. And of course, most of what they get came from their mama Sue back there. And so we love you and thanks. She works at the concession stand at football. It's hot. So we love you, Miss Sue, always. I think that we're to the alma mater. Don't y'all love that? I love to play that Whitney Houston one because I watch Poochie. She just like me. She love it. I see her every 5 years. Don't you love that? I know she does. She love it just like I still get the goosebumps, just like from the Super. Ain't nobody ever gonna sing it like that again. That was just perfect. So now we sing the school song, and nobody sing that like me. But so let's stand for the Fannindel alma mater. And guess what, everybody? We actually have music parts nowadays. Amazing. Now, when I turn it on, it'll probably be a tiny commercial. Just ignore. Yeah. Oh wait, just a tiny. Dangerous. We got a tiny commercial. It won't last, but just. It was almost finished. Hush. It's YouTube. We don't pay. You know, we just use it, but we don't pay for it. Normally, I think a very long. Here we go. Hush. Ruth Ann Mann, she worked at Honey Grove.